Hi everyone. Thank you, Mickey, first of all. So I hope you've been enjoying the webinar and finding it interesting and informative. I'm going to speak in English, so I will try to speak quite slowly and hopefully you can follow what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be talking about the importance of a strong personal statement and also a strong academic reference as well. Okay, so firstly, your personal statement itself. So this is the thing that you will write as a student. So this is absolutely essential when you apply for university. And if you want to be successful, a strong personal statement is really, really, really important. It's especially true when you're applying for the top universities in the world. And the reason for this is simple, that the students who are applying for the world's best universities all have fantastic grades. And if we only compare exam results, then it's very hard to separate different students. So in this case, your personal statement is really important to make you stand out and look unique compared to other students. And so what your personal statement can do is it can demonstrate all of the great things about you which your exam results and your other academic certificates can't show. And that includes things like the reason why you want to study a particular subject, the reason why you want to study at a particular university. Universities are really interested in understanding why you want to study a subject and why you want to study at that particular university. And many students forget to talk about that and forget how important it is to show your real interest in the subject and the university. In addition, your personal statement can show qualities about you which are not academic. It can show your hobbies, your interests, your extracurricular activities, the volunteering that you've been doing, challenges that you've faced in your life. You can talk about anything in your personal statement that can show universities something about you which can make you unique or at least different from other candidates. Perhaps most importantly is that a strong personal statement can do a lot to make up for perhaps weaker exam results. So there are some students who maybe in their exams don't get the strong grades they really wanted, but a really fantastic personal statement can make up for this. And perhaps even more importantly, there are students who have fantastic exam results, who have straight A grades, but then have a very weak personal statement. They believe that the personal statement doesn't really matter if you have wonderful grades and actually can miss out on a university place because they haven't demonstrated their motivation and their interest for the subject. They've only focused on academic grades. Okay, so it's absolutely essential. Moving on to your academic reference, universities are really interested in what your teachers and the educators from school think about you as well. So your reference is not something that you write, it's something that is typically written by a teacher, but it may also be a person who knows you. It could be an adult, it could be a former manager or a colleague. And generally when it's a teacher, your teacher will be providing comments in that reference. Not only about academic ability, whether or not you can be successful at university, but perhaps more importantly, comments about your effort and your potential. Comments about whether you are a person who can improve and whether you are a person who, although maybe at the moment are not ready to be completely successful in a university course, you will be ready to be successful when that course begins. So that reference is absolutely essential. And the reason is that universities put a lot of value on what your teachers and other people think of you. It's very easy as an individual to talk about how wonderful you are, but it's harder to have somebody else comment on your best qualities. And that carries a lot of importance for a university. And once again, even if potentially you might have a weaker exam grade, great comments from a teacher about your potential and your effort the possibility for you to improve can do a lot to really increase your probability of success and to elevate your application. So again, really important. So to kind of sum up, it is really difficult to write a good personal statement. Talking about yourself is never easy, but it makes all the difference to your application. And it will help you stand out from the crowd. It will help you look different from everybody else. In our school here, as a teacher and other teachers in our team, by the way, I'm a maths and physics teacher here at Mikigllobe, but I help many students with their applications to university. So things that we will typically help students with are brainstorming ideas, creating a nice structure to a personal statement, editing, of course, checking that the language is right, good grammar, making sure everything sounds natural and clean, and making sure that the personal statement that a student is presenting is the best it can possibly be in its structure and in its quality. It is difficult and it does take a lot of time and effort, maybe more time and effort than people realize at the beginning. And that's where having a teacher to help is really important, because we can use our experience and our ability to sort of help you craft the best possible statement. On the subject of an academic reference, this is not something that you can write by yourself. This is something that is written by others. But that and your personal statement are absolutely essential for any university application, whether that is in the UK or in any other part of the world. It's impossible to apply to university without these two things. And once again, as a teacher, I take a lot of pride in writing the best possible references for students to try and take into account all of the different qualities that a student has, not only again their academic ability, but their personality, their maturity, whether they are a person that helps others, whether they're friendly, and to try and provide that reference which again can really sort of help a student have the best possible chance of university success. So I hope that's been a sort of a useful overview of how important it is to have the right personal statement and also to have a strong reference. Hopefully that's been interesting and that you continue to enjoy this webinar. I'm now going to hand over to Hyundong, who's going to continue with the next stage. So thank you for listening, and again I hope it's been interesting, and hopefully if you have any questions, there are things that I might be able to respond to later on, or either myself or Mickey or Hyundong can also pick up on those too. So thanks for listening, and hopefully see some of you later. Goodbye.